Years of decline in the numbers of fatal fires across Ohio this year has brought what the state fire marshal calls a frustrating trend.
And that's because, as News 5's Jordan Vandenberg tells us, at least some of those deaths could have been prevented.
The Ohio State Fire Marshal's Office says there's been a sharp increase in the number of people killed in a fire so far this year compared to the past 2 years. And the frustrating thing about it, in many of those cases, smoke detectors weren't working or were missing altogether.
Time is our greatest resource, and for those in the fire service, time is the greatest challenge.
We cannot stress enough the importance of smoke detectors. Smoke detectors save lives.
Smoke detectors also buy time. They're common and as ubiquitous as the seatbelt, and without them, the risk of dying in a fire increases by up to 50%. That's part of the reason the state fire marshal says there's been a recent spike in the number of people killed in fires across Ohio so far this year. The past 2 years, fires killed between 110 and 120 people. This year, it's already north of 90. And the peak fire season, which is between Thanksgiving and New Year's, is still months away.
When a smoke detector isn't working, or when you walk into a home that someone had a fire in and the smoke detector lid was down because they needed the battery for the PlayStation or they needed the battery for another remote, and you see the damage that was done that possibly could have been lessened a lot if they would have had a working smoke detector. It hits you because you know that the safeguard was in place, it just wasn't used properly.
Veteran Parma firefighter TJ Martin says smoke detectors are more important now than they've ever been, and it's because of time. 30 years ago, people had roughly 15 minutes to escape a house fire. Now, with more plastics and petroleum products in consumer goods, it's closer to 5 minutes. But having a smoke detector is only as good as making sure it's working properly and placed correctly.
People have to make sure that they're within the test date, that they have a battery on, and you can simply do that by putting the battery in and testing it. If you can only afford one, place it outside your bedrooms. That's where you're going to be at night. That's where the silent killer is going to hit you. We're also advocates of closing your bedroom doors. When you're in them or not, close your bedroom doors.
For low-income residents as well as senior citizens, the Parma Fire Department has a unique program that offers free smoke detectors to those that qualify. Reporting in Parma, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.